Hey, hey Facebook over here and hey Instagram over here. I want to welcome y'all to this video this evening. I wasn't sure what to talk about at first, but I know I made a post earlier about making friends as adults and that kind of thing and cultivating friendships and stuff like that. So I wanted to, of course, talk about it this evening as well, because I know this is a issue, I'm pretty sure not just for me, but it's for others as well when it comes to, of course, the reasons why we can't make friends as adults, or the reasons why we tell ourselves that we can't make friends as adults. I guess I put it that way. So like I said, definitely welcome to this video this evening. Of course, I didn't say who I was, but I'm Janetta Clay, your social worker and your coach. Here to, of course, like I said, bring you another awesome video this evening. So like I said, let's go ahead and get into it. And like I just mentioned, we, of course, can stand in our own way when it comes to creating relationships. I'm not talking about romantic relationships, or I guess I should say friendships as adults. Because I know a lot of times, of course, kids are youth and that kind of thing. When you're younger, you can always find friends easy. Just talk, hey, y'all want to be friends, or want to go outside, jump rope and do all these things. But of course, as adults, you have a lot of life you're living. I guess I put it that way. Sometimes you're taking care of your own kids. Sometimes you're taking care of your partner, family, household, you're working or running a business or both. And like I said, sometimes a lot of those things can, of course, take up a lot of your time. And of course, we're not out there trying to make friends every day and do all these things and hang out because, of course, you don't have the time to a lot of times. So like I said, definitely it does become an issue because you can't put all the time that you want to put towards, like I said, creating other friendships and, of course, cultivating the ones that you already have. But like I said, there are ways to fix that. I'm pretty sure I can tell you that, but there are ways to fix that. And like I said, a lot of times we stand in our own way. We, of course, create issues that aren't really there. I guess I put it that way either. Overthink things a lot because I know I'm an overthinker and I've been working on that for a long time now. But like I said, definitely we can overthink things. Our ego can get in the way of us making new friendships and are cultivating the ones that we have to, of course, create better relationships with the friends that we did have. And like I said, if you want to, like I said, to create friends as an adult, of course, like I said, there's a lot of things that you can do. I'm just going to talk about 3 ways that you're standing in your own way, like I said, when it comes to making friends as adults. But like I said, I'll talk about this a lot more coming up soon. But like I said, for this particular video, we're talking about 3 ways that you're standing in your way when it comes to making friends as adults. Number 1, rewrite your story. A lot of times, like I said, we can overthink things. Our ego can get in the way and all these kind of things. We can, of course, have the same story. I'll just use myself as an example. Having the story of the friends I had back in the day, they were too needy, or they were too gossipy, or they were too judgy, or they were too picky, or whatever the case may have been. Like I said, that's the story that I've been telling myself for years now. And like I said, I had to realize and think about, what am I telling myself about these people? The past was the past. Yes, those things happen. And I'm not trying to say that people are not judgy and people are not gossipy. I'm not saying that at all. People are not just mess starters, I guess I put it that way. Yes, people definitely are. But like I said, those were the folks I knew back then, back in my 20s, 30s, that type of thing. That may not be the folks that I run into now. And like I said, I have to rewrite that story and stop telling myself that same story. And you have to do the same thing for yourself as well. Stop telling yourself that same story. Because we know that everybody that you meet is not going to be a gossiper. We know that everybody that you meet is not going to be a mess starter. We know that everybody that you meet is not going to be disloyal. We know that everybody you meet is not going to, of course, try to use and abuse you. We know that. Because I'm sure you've met more people than just your friends that you ever had in your life. And I'm sure more than likely a lot more of them were not users and all those types of things than the friends you had. Those friends are, if they're still in your life, that's fine. But for me, some of the ones have, of course, dissipated. I've moved on and that kind of thing as well. So like I said, definitely I had to, I'm rewriting, actually right now, rewriting the story that I have, telling myself as well. Like I said, this is the same process you're going to have to go through. And the same thing you're going to have to think about when it comes to you trying to figure out whether you're going to do this intentionally or not. And I'll talk about that a little bit later. But like I said, definitely you have to realize that the story that you've been telling yourself about me finding other girlfriends and this kind of thing, how hard it is. And yes, it may be a little bit more difficult because life gets in the way and you have all these responsibilities and you cannot hang out every day like you used to when you were younger. Everybody knows that. Most adults know that. And most adults live that now today. But like I said, you can, of course, like I said, rewrite the story that you're telling yourself. All is not bad and all is not a loss when it comes to meeting new people, y'all. And like I said, that's one thing I had to understand as well. All is not a loss. Everybody's not going to be like those friends that you had back in the day. You're older now. You know more things now. You know how to pick and choose your friends. I guess I put it that way. And you don't just pick up scraps. I guess I get like the scrap friends or whatever you want to call them. Just anybody to bring into your life. You know how to pick and choose that now. And you hopefully at some point don't feel that you have to just pick up these friends along the way just so you won't have, just so you can have a friend group. Yes, when you're younger, you probably did that. I know I did that when I was younger too to certain people. But as adults, you realize that you don't have to do that any longer. You can pick and choose who you want to be around. If you don't want to be around the person that you know that's over here gossiping all the time, you don't have to befriend that person at all. That's the choice that you make, and you don't have to make that choice to be around the person at all. Like I said, we're adults now. You can make those choices. Just like I said, just start rewriting that story that you're telling yourself and that's in your brain. And thank you, Howard, Dwayne, and DL Hendricks. Thank you all for tuning in over Instagram. I really appreciate that. But like I said, you definitely have to, when it comes to anything with changing anything about yourself or around yourself, it always starts with the mindset first. That's our mindset, y'all. The story you've been telling yourself and the story I've been telling myself about all women are this or all women are that, all women are this. Like I said, usually that's not the truth. That's just the folks I ran into. I guess I'll put it that way. And the folks that was in my immediate environment. There's folks at work. There are folks at the grocery store. There are folks all over the place. You go on traveling somewhere, you can meet somebody on an airplane, which I definitely have. But like I said, you can meet people anywhere. It does not have to be in your immediate environment. So number 2, remember why you're doing it. I had to remember why I guess like I said, because I don't think I even said this when I first started this video, but this year, my word for the year is intentional. Everything that I do has to be intentional is what I told myself the beginning of this year. Actually, I told myself that late last year. But, of course, the word for this year is intentional. Because I knew that there were some things in my life that had been missing that I need to, of course, to start creating and are recreating. I guess I put it that way. And friendships is one of those things. Yes, I have a few girlfriends and that type of thing. One of them I talk to every once in a while. One I talk to every single day. But like I said, definitely I had to be intentional about remembering why I wanted to, of course, like I said, create those group of friends or create more friends in my life. I guess I put it that way, and have more friendships in my life. No, they don't have to all be here in the town that I'm in. They can be online, wherever they're going to be at. That is fine. Everybody has a different way you see friendship and the different friends that you want to create in your life, and you create that for yourself. But like I said, I have a different vision as well. But like I said, I had to remember why I was doing that, why I was being so intentional about saying that I wanted to, of course, have more friends in my life and create different relationships and that type of thing. That's because I can't say I was 100% lonely at all, but I missed those friendships. Back in the day when I was younger, there was all types of people around me, all this type of stuff going on. But like I said, as I've gotten older throughout the years, I weeded and seeded a lot of those people out, or just had the relationships in different ways. Because some of them I don't talk to all the time. I'm not around them as much as I used to because some of the things that they may have done or did, I can't get with any longer. I guess I put it that way. So like I said, that created a rift in my relationships as well when it came to having folks to, of course, as a support system and having folks to go out with and all those types of things. And like I said, that's why I'm being intentional to start recreating some of those things. I guess I put it that way. And like I said, I had to realize that loneliness was the reason why I was creating those things and why I knew I had to create those things. And it wasn't more, I guess, for loneliness for me because, like I said, I had people around, but it was more about that support system. This was actually like several months ago, popped in my head. I'm like, I have never been on a girls' trip. Yes, I've been on a trip with women, I guess I put it that way. It wasn't my friend circle or my friends or that type of thing. It was other people's friends and family. And I had a family member on there too. I had just one, but I actually met the best friend that I still have now on that trip, actually. But like I said, yes, there was a bunch of women on there. There were some men too, kids and stuff like that. But like I said, I definitely had to realize that I need more people around. I guess it's as far as a support system, like I said, so I can, of course, they can feed into me and I can feed into them. I guess I put it that way. And like I said, that was one of the things that I realized. I'm like, I haven't even had that, my own friend group, my own thing like that, to even have a girls trip or that kind of thing at all. I'm like, this is crazy. And like I said, I thought about that. That was back like about 6, 7, I don't know how many months ago, maybe like 5 or 6 months ago or so, after I got back from the cruise I went on last fall. And I'm like, this is crazy. So I'm like, this is this. Because I have no idea why I thought about it. I really don't know. But like I said, probably because I saw other women groups on the cruise. I guess I put it that way. That's probably why it popped in my mind and was on my mind. But like I said, definitely I had to realize that. Like I said, I had to realize my why behind wanting to be intentional and finding, of course, and creating additional friendships. Like I said, I don't want to, the loneliness is one, and of course, building a support system is two. And the reason why I say loneliness, I work with seniors right now. Of course, death and dying and that kind of thing with our older population. I cannot tell you how many of them, actually about 95% of them, don't have any support system, don't have any friends outside of their partner in their household, or just them. And I cannot tell you how many people I have, of course, met in the last several years who die alone, all those types of things. We have got to stop living like that, y'all. And that's one thing that I don't want either. Yes, I have a partner, I have other family and that type of thing, but I know people die off, people move, folks go through all kind of stuff. And like I said, I want to, like I said, in my mind, always have some type of support system, friend system. I guess I just stick with support system around me. Because like I said, I know I don't want to be alone and die alone and all these kind of things. And I'm sure other folks don't want either. But I see it every doggone day. Like I said, that loneliness is killing people left and right. It's not a physical disease, no, but it's a mental disease. I guess I put it that way. And it's a disease that, like I said, that takes a lot of us out of here, y'all. I see it every single day when, like I said, when it comes to, especially yes, it's the clients that I work with. Yes. I know when you get up in older ages in 60s, 70s, 80s and stuff like that, your friends are dying off and those type of things. I understand that. But we have got to find ways to create additional support system, y'all. I can't tell you how many calls I took yesterday from seniors that were living alone, didn't have anybody to help support them or them to support or anybody to even talk to. I had a few calls yesterday by people, men and women, telling me that they wanted somebody from our agency to call just to have somebody to talk to. We should never get like that. Yes, I have folks to talk to. I'm not saying that I don't, but I'm just saying, as I know that as we get older, this does happen to a lot of us. I don't want to see that for nobody else. As much as I can help it, I guess I put it that way. I'm not a miracle worker, I'm not God or that kind of thing at all. But like I said, I have created a community called the Secret Society for Women. But like I said, I have created that up on Facebook as a group for women to, of course, to come and to create those relationships and to get out of that loneliness. Like I said, I can't tell you how many times, yes, as you're younger, you have all these friends, but as life happens, a lot of things happen to those people. And we have got to be intentional. That's actually number 3. I'll just talk about that now. But being intentional, we have got to learn how to be intentional about creating those friendships as we go through our life, y'all. Nobody should have to die alone or to not have anybody to go out with or to have a lunch with or a girls trip or whatever the case may be with. Nobody should have to be lonely like that at all. But it happens to a lot of us. Yes, we have social media. Social media every single day. We can be on there all day long, but still log off and still be lonely or still feel that loneliness because we don't have any people around us that we can, of course, gel with and create that awesome relationship with and those kind of things. That creates loneliness as well. It does not matter whether you have 100 people around you. I've been in that position where I've had all these folks around me. I know everybody and this kind of thing is going on, but I could not on a deeper level connect with a lot of those people. So yes, I did feel lonely because it wasn't anybody that was similar to me or somebody that, like I said, that I can get along with without having to force things. And like I said, that's something that we have to realize. We have to, like I said, definitely be intentional about that. Creating those friendships. I'll talk about it in another video, but there are some ways that you can do that as well. And ways that I'm going to be doing that as well. I guess I put it that way. Not just my women's groups, the Secret Society over on Facebook. Yes, that's one. But like I said, other things in my own community here, I guess where I live in Southern Arizona as well. And I will keep y'all abreast of that journey too. I put it that way. But like I said, definitely I have to be intentional about that, and you do too. Now, this video is not for you if you're not looking to create any friendships that as you grow, I guess, go throughout your life, then don't worry about that. Just log on off and go about your business. But for many people, I'm sure at least 90% of the people in this world, this is something that they, of course, long for. I've talked to a lot of people about this. Not just our seniors and our older population, but people my age as well. I have these kind of conversations all the time. And like I said, that's something that we have, like I said, again, we have to be intentional about. If you want to, of course, create those friendship circles and all those types of things, you have to get off your butt and go out there and do it. They're not going to come to you. Yes, you can get folks on social media all day, liking your page and following you and commenting and all this kind of stuff. Those are just folks that are following you. Unless you honestly have taken the time out to cultivate the relationships. Meaning that you all have talked about your likes and your dislikes, how you all could be friends, or how you want to hang out, whatever the case may be, cultivated. Build that relationship. Not just, hey girl, bad, and then you don't see them until you log back in tomorrow, or until you go back to work tomorrow. You have to actually cultivate it. You have to be intentional about that. Like I said, I have a whole lot more things to share, but like I said, I'll do it in another video. But like I said, these are some things that we know that we're standing in our own way with. We're standing in our own way when it comes to making friends as we go through our life, not just as a youth and all that kind of stuff, 30 and up. We stand in our own way with a lot of these things. Like I said, we have to rewrite our own story, number one, and stop telling ourselves the lies about how hard it is. It's hard because we'll take that back. It may be hard, yes. That's because life is getting in the way. We have more responsibilities than we had when we were teenagers and 5 years old in kindergarten, all that kind of stuff. They didn't have many responsibilities. But it's to go to school, come home, do homework, and go to bed, get up, do the same thing. As adults, we have to take care of households and businesses and careers. That's a lot. And a lot of us are responsible for little people, kids and stuff like that, running around, and partners. It's not that it's hard, it's just that we have other things that's standing in the way that we have to move out the way and be intentional about if we actually want to create these relationships. And like I said, remember why you're doing it. Mine's for loneliness and for support system. I can't keep standing in my way if I want to have this group of friends over here, and I'm constantly thinking about, they all gonna be gossipy, they all ain't gonna like me, or whatever the case gonna be. I'm standing in my own way. I have to remember why I said I was going to be intentional about creating these relationships. And majority of the time, for me as well, I'm sure for y'all too, is to create a support system, to have some folks around you that you all can feed off each other and move each other forward in life. And of course, to help lessen that loneliness that you feel when you don't have anybody to go out to lunch with, or you don't have any girlfriends to go on a girls trip or that kind of thing with, or you don't have a girlfriend that you can call and talk to when you're going through a problem, or chat with online that you're going through a problem. Like I said, we have to be intentional about these things and stop standing in our own way, y'all. And hey, sis Denise, I hope you're doing well. I just saw you down there. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in this evening. Like I said, we have to stop standing in our own way. And a lot of times it's the mental, it's the mindset. Just make sure that y'all remember that's the first thing on this list. Rewriting your story and what you're telling yourself. It's the mindset. You have to figure out what it is you're telling yourself about what these folks have done in the past and why you're saying everybody else can be the same way, which they're not. You have to realize that, and you have to figure that out. Take your journal. I'm looking at my journals on my shelf now. Take your journal and write about that. What did my friends do in the past that gave me brokenheartedness? Because I have a whole lot of stories I can tell you about that. But I know that everybody else that I meet after that is not going to break my heart. I'm sure of that. When it comes to creating a group of girlfriends, I'm sure of that. So like I said, these are three things, like I said, that prevent us from making friends as adults because we're standing in our own way, y'all. And if you want those friendships as adults and you're one of the lonely ones, or I moved to a new city here, I think I don't know how many thousands of miles away from where from Missouri to Arizona. I don't have any support system here at all. Me and my partner, his daughter, we're the only ones we know here. So like I said, I have to be intentional, and I'm going to be very much intentional. I keep y'all abreast of that journey about creating me a support system. Well, not just me, but all of us a support system here too. Because we all need that. I guess as adults, we all need that. Because all our family are back home in Missouri and St. Louis and that kind of thing. Nobody's here but us. We haven't had a chance to, of course, get out and do all these things. Life kept happening and life is getting in the way. But like I said, I have to make sure that I'm making some time and being more intentional about that right at this moment. Yes, you got to put yourself out there. And I'm going to put myself out there as well. Yes, there's rejection. That's going to happen. I'm sure of that. But I cannot keep standing in my way if this is something that I'm saying I want. And you're going to and if you want this, you have to do the same exact thing to get out of your own way in order to let those relationships happen. And put yourself out there. So with that, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get off here because I can talk about this all day. But like I said, I know I ain't got all day. But like I said, definitely, y'all, I want to share this with y'all because I know this, like I said, the loneliness epidemic is real. It affects a lot of people, not just people in the 40s, 30s, but people on up 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 100s too. I'm sure of that because I talk to a lot of them. And it even happens in the 20s too. And actually at any age, I'm thinking about it because it can happen in the teenage years. Some folks are outcasts and this type of thing. Black sheep of the family, whichever the case may be. But like I said, we're standing in our own way when it comes to cultivating those relationships, y'all, those friendships. I hope you take these 3 ways and, of course, like I said, apply them to your life and just think about how you're standing in your own way when it comes to your own friendships that you said that you want to create or recreate because you got some friends, but you ain't talked to them in years. You can always, this applies the same as that too. So like I said, with that, y'all, I'm Janetta Clay, your social worker coach. And like I said, I definitely want to bring out this video this evening. If this is something that you're needing to work through and can't do it on your own, like I said, I'm taking one-on-one clients right now. So like I said, definitely reach out to your girl. You can just DM me. Feel free to DM me and learn how you can work with me. Or actually Instagram, the link is in the bio. And Facebook, YouTube, anywhere else you're seeing this, I'll put the link in the bio as well, just to let you know. But like I said, this is definitely something that I see every single day, and none of us want to die alone, y'all. But I see it all the time. And like I said, by me creating the women's group the Secret Society that I just created last week, like I said, I had to, in my mind, create a space for women to, of course, come to where we can, of course, create those friendships and get to know each other. And at some point, take those girls' trips. I guess I put it that way. But of course, it's all a work in progress. Is it just in the beginning of it? But like I said, definitely this is something that's, like I said, greatly important and it's going to affect us all at some point. So with that, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here because like I said, I keep on talking. But like I said, y'all, peace out. I'll see y'all later. And thank you, Denise and Peaches, for tuning in over on Facebook. And Howard, Dwayne, and DL, is it DL Hendricks? Thank you for tuning in on Instagram. And for those who tune in later on or see the replay, like I said, definitely enjoy. And like I said, leave in the comments and let me know what are you going to be intentional about when it comes to creating your next friendship. I definitely want to hear from you. Peace out, y'all, and have a good one.